Scientology auditing hotline. Oh, yes, Chi-Chi, I figured it was you. Now, do you have all the drunken fools corralled together? What do you mean you can't find him? Well, have you checked the poop deck? What about all the toilets? You know how he likes to jump in those and play doggy whirlpool? Oh, well, I'm going to find him, and I'll be warming a cold stick in my hand on the way down to him. Oh, you know how I so desire to learn whatever you've the temperament to relate, Winston.
Well, you do tend to catch me with my fingers into time, California.
At least I know you have the grace of being drawn to fire.
That's me, always attempting to carve the dust of the atom in the void, where artisanal powder swirls into flesh.
We're done with Masterpiece Theater, Catwoman. I need you all backstage in 20, and somebody has got to find that mangy cur.
Bruce was sleeping on the floor the last time I checked. Yes, simply lying there, a picture of wisdom profoundly and utterly lost.
I was trying to find you and tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
Oh, we're heading home. Let's have a heading home party. Then we're home, so let's have a we're home now party. And now we're back on the boat, so of course it's time for a back on the boat party.
Count me in.
Well, I'm sick of it.
Me too.
Now, both of you, shoot. Chi-Chi's standing there with a bucket of coffee.
Tell her many things. I am only here to seek the eastern home of the Great Spirit.
Honestly.
It's the Dragonsail Puppets variety show, starring Surrender, Bruce, Catatonia, and Henri, featuring the Dragonsail Puppets band. Anchors away.
Drops of ponies and cream-colored sashes, doorbells that slay on my nose and eyelashes. Blue satin packages lost in the wreckage. Fields are all burning, the season is turning. A vision sweeps over the box of jam, all in a tray, ready to bear. Bright red the roses that grow in the hedges, silver white winter will soon coat the ledges. The light may sing the tune on the wing, a vision sweet over vibration. Home to the warpath, scatter the pieces. I want what the world wants. They know. Seed in the droppings and moss on the croppings. Mist in the valleys and rust on the galleys. Soon time to go. Small slit of river, the field full of stubble. All we could use is returning to rubble. My vision sweeps over the mist, all going down, cannot resist. And I, with a vision to prove, must move. When the dog bites, I move. My vision paper, coat, everything. Back to the center that waits for the winter to melt into spring. Steam, they steam, steam, they see cream, they cream. Diva. My vision sweeps, I'm missing the word that I would convey to the fallen wave bird. What I want, what the world wants, they know.
Hello, my undulating extraterrestrial.
Thank you.
What?
Georgie Hot Pants is a hussy.
So good to be back on the boat with you all when the celebration never ends. I come to you all now in my subdued elegance. You'll be glad to know I rejected the Fred Flintstone caveman dress Chi-Chi pulled out of the tube. I told her that pattern was a yabba dabba don't. Yes, I decided upon witnessing how badly the hussies in my neighborhood were aging while I was back home that I would appreciate my gracious matronly status. You know, a woman gains a certain stature as she ripens into maturity. Then, of course, the bottom falls out and all hell breaks loose, Lord. But being home for me, as you know, means reconnecting with Velveeta Flames, Little Miss Petri Dish, and oh, it seems I'm forgetting someone.
Georgia Hot
Oh, that's right, yes. Oh, well. Y'all, Georgia's whole box of straws exploded when she discovered a new business in our town where you can go and get water therapy for $185 a pop. I told her sweet mother, damn, I can lie my own ass in a tub at home, I reckon. But money's no object for Georgia when she gets that occasional allowance from that sugar, that benefactor of hers. In exchange, all that's required is her free will and her sense of self. As a result, there are many facets of Georgia she remains unaware of, like her tendency to finish off an entire frosted sheet cake on the kitchen floor. Like the fact that those leg kicks she does in her cabaret performance look like she going, shoo, shoo, get away from me, geese. And the fact that the sound quality on her YouTube videos is like walking through a soapy sponge. I can barely hear her rebuking things in the name of Ramtha. And honestly, as ramshackle as her onstage presence is, including Little Miss Petri Dish in the act, is no help. She says she feels guilty not including her because she allows her and her dirtbag brother to stay at her house. But I told her, Georgia, You have nothing to feel guilty about, except destroying our ozone layer with decades of hair products. Little Miss Petri is a halfway house disguised as an adult bookstore. You're never gonna make a good cabaret partner out of her. Also, with that brother of hers, I told her, George, you've just got to let him live his life and find his own way. That said, you need to also tell him we would like the copper wiring in our steel poles put back. But for now, I'll let them all stumble to find their own light, and I'll just stay here with all of you and see you all on the other side. Oh, yes, indeed. Lilith, what's wrong? You've hardly touched your soup.
Mother, sometimes I don't feel fresh.
But hon, we have Girl Scout cookies to pimp and soccer practice at the bombed-out strip mall.
I know.
Well, my dear, sometimes the best a hussy can do is a quick cover-up job. Thank God for my honeysuckle passion. Life is full of mysteries. Growing up brings us many surprises.
Yeah.
But with my honeysuckle passion, you're well fortified, like with a nutritious breakfast made by Dow Chemical out of sugar and sawdust. How's that soup taste now? We do what we have to do. Sometimes we dress a dog in pigtails, trying to pass him off as my daughter. But the only other option was Storm Cloud, and was that really an option? Now all of your friends will want to be as fresh as you.
I can't wait for the middle school dance.
I'm sure that Ricky will be glad to take you.
Who's Ricky?
Just be sure to lock up the box. I can't afford a grandchild on my Denny's waitress salary. So try my honeysuckle passion. Oh, you'll feel as fresh.
I'll let you know a secret.
What?
Caffeine makes me funky.
Cut.
So then I now try spritzing
Cut.
dailies all over town with my deep baked
Cut.
Okay, try saying the alphabet starting with the letter H.
alphabet.
Yeah, you've had enough.
I'm not drunk. I just had 3 cups of Irish coffee.
Oh, dear.
When your eye is full of the sky with a moon on the cherry, that's amore. Hey, what's wrong with your shirt?
You mean you can see it?
You said your mommy was gonna stitch it up so pretty.
Well, she tried, and it was very sad. So now I'm just wearing my Storm Cloud Designs t-shirt backwards. And I'll never wash it again.
I had a good time with my mommy. Except when I put Vaseline lotion in my hair to make it nice and shiny. And she said I looked like I had rabies, and she whipped the hopping snot out of me and rubbed my head in the kitchen sink.
And then they took us to Taco Nirvana.
Yummy! And that new old lady store,
Budget chic?
that was
It
dope.
wasn't the best.
Well, aren't we looking sassy today with our polka dot scarf and perky flip?
Try to focus.
Hey, I think we should play some of our games on the ship that we played at home.
But Surrender told you what would happen if you kept using her old Dan skin bras as slingshots.
No. Boy, I wouldn't want to be in Dan's skin.
You can't. It's a bra.
It doesn't fit anyway. Makes me look silly.
Well,
I think boobies look silly, don't you?
well.
Even Serinda's golf ball dealies and that big bull we saw passing that farm place. You ever wonder just what gives with all these danglers?
Well, I guess you need these things out there flapping around so you don't forget to use them.
Hey, have you ever tried standing on your head?
No, and you shouldn't either.
You mean I'm not doing it now?
I think we should get a boiled egg out of the bag before the next number.
Hey, when did your mommy sneak onto the ship?
And we'll get you a cup of real Ahoy Mateys coffee.
Yeah, right behind you.
Hi, honey. Don't mind me. I don't know how Hollywood works, but I brought you some ironed underwear. Mama, does Surrender know you're here? Oh, yes. Such a lovely lady.
You're confused.
And she didn't tell you she was going to throw you in a dinghy boat and send you to Guantanamo? No, we had a lovely chat. Now it's time for your try-a-minute, honey. I'm not sick. A stitch in time.
Uh-oh, is my mommy here? Oopsie.
Keep it classy, hon. You on speakerphone. Georgia, I'm not trying to bust your bubble, but it's not true that anything is possible. Now, just settle down and listen to me. A 95-year-old woman with a walker is not going to become a great ballerina at Carnegie Hall. Oh, and don't give me that example of that old woman on TikTok waving her arms in the air. That's not the same thing now, is it? See, you have to be a private investigator and figure out what's really possible in life and go with that. For instance, when I first heard you sing, I knew you could make a great welder. Yes, well, I did wish to discuss some of your recent life choices, because what else do I live for? Now, that old friend of yours who re-entered your life like some back alley blowback, what was her name? Ginger Vixen, Bergamo Hussy? Well, I would advise caution. Don't be fooled by her new look. Sometimes crazy just fixes up her face. And you are the world's easiest target. Now, I know all God's creatures got a brain, Georgia, even you. We just need to check under the hood from time to time to see if it's working, right? I know you're still blinking and breathing in and out. This inspires some confidence. Now, first off, I know it's hard, but you have got to have that heart-to-heart with little Miss Petri did. And don't be concerned she'll kick you out of the house. You have years of friendship as a foundation, as well as those pictures of her you can turn over to the police at any time. I'm telling you, she's dragging down your act. Like the last time when she screamed at the audience, I feel as if I could just touch you all, and everybody ran to the back of the room. I know she's sensitive. Everybody is. Lord. But now, how did I offend her when I was back at home last? By calling her Little Miss Sidewalk Sale. Well, hell, I could have just called her on clearance. All right. Well, tell her I won't call her that anymore, at least not on her birthday. Okay, also consider that you'll never be able to tour anywhere with her because her bondage equipment will forevermore prevent you from getting through TSA. And also, you both need to stop going to that alcoholic hairdresser. But I digress. Well, okay, here's something you can try. Tell her she's too unique and you feel you are holding her back. Then have the Hobnail Lounge give her her own show, which will certainly be promptly canceled. Well, sure, it'll work. Hell, it worked when I did it to you. Okay, now I must get back to saving lives, Georgia. And I have just a brief message for Velveeta regarding our upcoming holiday gathering. Tell her if she ever drags her hand lovingly over my face again while we're all giving thanks, she'll be pulling back a stump. The entire universe is a
future. You have to catch it. The hussy is tired, baby, in need of a clear cold pool and a crisp white gown, chosen for the honor of ritual sacrifice. Dreadful loving, I clutch it and sink into delicious misery. My cornucopia, my horn of plenty. Don't say it, just feel it and do it, and I will do it. Rich heady wine clings to the side, the warm and the cool of swimming at noon. The heat of stakes, acclaim, bigness, a lust from gin, grabbing the world by the ass on a deck. Everything she uses well in her defense, she can swallow whole or spit some out. Every commander should knows what style is my security. Don't say it, just feel it and do it, and I will do. Don't say it, just feel it and do it, and I will do. Don't say it, just feel it and do it, and I will do. Don't say it, just feel it and do it, and I will do. I'll see you at the pool. What's that? Hurry back to my manor and time, while yours to you seems incidental.
I find my hope in thee.
My juicy gun in my bones and blood. Rejection of the flesh, she may not capable of, but we do appreciate your willingness to bear the torch.
When I ever said it,
Sedentary ass, she needs to feel the fire. Together we form a society of love activity. Together we form a society of love activity. Together we form a society of love activity. Together we form a society of love activity.
It was so wonderful returning to your most appreciative enthusiasm, my loves. Seeing you all lit up with the hope in your eyes, like what Georgia Hot Flash gets when she hears the popcorn start popping in the microwave. And for now, I need you to all go forth and live in life. Or suck it up, hussies.
Serinda's gowns, courtesy of the Pinch My Penny Markdown Rack. Wardrobe consultation by Chi-Chi's Productions. Personal assistant to Serinda, also that drag queen from Guatemala. Special promotional consideration by Georgia Hot Flash. Serinda's fragrance, Honeysuckle Passion, keeps you fresh and covers up fast food stink and golf bag sweat when sprayed in your Pontiac.
I'm Moody.